Saint Camillus de Lellis, patron saint of the sick, hospitals, nurses, and physicians. This reflection is prepared by Father Aube Francis, pastor at St. Jude Church, Grand Rapids, Michigan, USA. Birth and early life. Saint Camillus de Lellis was born on May 25, 1550, in Buccianico, a small town in the Abruzzo region of Italy. His father, Giovanni de Lellis, was a military officer who spent much of his life away at war, and his mother, Camilla Campelli, was a devout woman who died when Camillus was still young. Left largely to himself, young Camillus developed a strong will, a fiery temper, and, unfortunately, a serious gambling addiction that led to a tumultuous youth. Called to conversion and vocation, Camillus initially followed in his father's footsteps and joined the military. However, during his time as a soldier, he suffered from a chronic leg wound that never fully healed and would trouble him for the rest of his life. This wound eventually led him to the San Giacomo Hospital for the Incurables in Rome, where he received care but also witnessed firsthand the poor treatment of the sick. A turning point came when, after losing everything to gambling and living in destitution, Camillus underwent a deep spiritual conversion in 1575 at the age of 25. He entered the Capuchin novitiate but was later dismissed due to his leg ailment. Though disappointed, he didn't give up. He was encouraged by his spiritual director, Saint Philip Neri, to pursue the priesthood. Camillus was ordained a priest in 1584 at the age of 34, and he soon realized that his true calling was to serve the sick people with compassion and dignity. Apostolate and mission. Outraged by the neglect of the ill, Camillus felt called to reform the health care system of his day by offering not only medical assistance but also spiritual and emotional care. He founded the Order of the Ministers of the Sick Clerics Regular, Ministers to the Sick, also known as the Camillians, in 1582. Their mission was simple but radical: to see and serve the sick as if they were Christ himself. The Camillians took a fourth vow. In addition to the traditional vows of poverty, chastity, and obedience, to serve the sick even at the risk of their own lives. This heroic promise set them apart, especially during times of plagues, epidemics, and wars when most others fled. Accomplishments and influence on society: founded hospitals and served in military camps, poorhouses, and prisons, often among the most despised and neglected. Led his followers to minister during the plague outbreaks in Rome and Naples, during which many Camillians died while caring for others. Introduced hygienic practices and pastoral care in hospitals long before modern medical standards. Inspired reverence for the dignity of the sick, reshaping how society viewed and treated the suffering. His Red Cross emblem, sewn onto the Camillian habit, was one of the earliest symbols of compassionate care and inspired the modern symbol used by the Red Cross organization. Canonization and legacy. Saint Camillus de Lellis died on July 14, 1614, in Rome. He was canonized a saint by Pope Benedict XIV in 1746. In 1930, Pope Pius XI declared him the patron saint of the sick, and in 1936 he was also named patron of hospitals and healthcare workers. Global presence, missions, and members. Today, the Camillian Order is present in over 40 countries across 4 continents. They operate hospitals, clinics, mobile medical units, and spiritual counseling centers. As of today, there are more than 1,000 Camillian priests and brothers worldwide, supported by thousands of lay Camillian volunteers. Lay Camillian family, active in countries like Italy, Brazil, the Philippines, Thailand, Kenya, India, Haiti, and more. They continue to serve where the need is greatest, including during modern epidemics, natural disasters, and in areas affected by war and poverty. Lessons from his life and ministry. 1. Compassion over indifference. Camillus teaches us that healing begins with empathy. To touch a suffering person with love is to touch Christ himself. 2. Conversion is possible. From a gambler and soldier to a saint and founder, his life is a powerful testament to the mercy of God and the transformative power of grace. 3. Dignity of the sick. He elevated the care of the ill to a sacred duty. reminding society that each person, regardless of health, deserves love and respect. For courage in crisis, whether during a plague or on the battlefield, Camillus lived his vow to serve even at the risk of his own life. 5. Lay involvement in ministry. His vision included the collaboration of lay people, reminding us that the mission of the Church belongs to all the baptized. St. Camillus for us today, in an age of healthcare challenges, pandemics, and growing mental and physical suffering, St. Camillus stands as a model of mercy, hope, and active love. He calls us to see the face of Christ in every suffering person and to bring healing, not only through medicine, but also through presence, prayer, and compassion. May we, like St. Camillus, hear the call to serve the broken with dignity, to love beyond fear, and to bring light into the darkest corners of human pain. St. Camillus de Lellis, pray for us.